Alright, welcome back to No Creek Farms. Well, this will be the last time that we'll be on this map. I have decided to move to a farm a little bit more remote, keeping in mind of what's happening in the world today with all the nonsense. An opportunity came up where I could buy a farm on an island, believe it or not. And yeah, the wonderful thing about it is that I will be in charge of pretty much the whole island, even though we don't as yet own the whole island. We have in our contract that we're the only farmer that is going to move in there. Some of the owners that own the land there are still leasing the land out, if that makes sense. But they're leasing it to us per se. And as we go along, we will buy most of the land. I sold all my equipment that is going on at the moment that I had on No Creek Farm. I sold all of that. And as you can see, we do have $3 million. We made a bit more than that, but we have purchased our new farm on a remote island. And not only that, but we also bought some equipment. Being an island, we don't need to have the massive tractors, so this is why I didn't bother to even transport the tractors across. So this is why we're sort of saying goodbye. At the moment, I have just delivered the last of my machinery to a dealership in Oklahoma, Case IH dealership. They paid me the best price for my machinery, so I delivered it here to them. The trucking company that I paid to deliver all the equipment has just left. So we are sitting at this massive Case IH dealership in Oklahoma waiting to be picked up. And then we'll be on our way to the airport. And then obviously into our new location. So you may ask, what brings the move? Well, the point of the move is, as we see what's going on in the world today, there's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of decisions, let's just put it this way, that we are being forced to make, which I honestly did not want to make. So because I did not want to make those decisions, the way things are heading and the way that politicians are talking and all this sort of nonsense, I kind of didn't like where things were heading. So when this opportunity came up, I didn't look for this opportunity, it just came up. I thought it would be a perfect opportunity for myself and my family to own a little bit of land on this earth where we can pretty much be our own bosses. So we're pretty much in charge of everything that happens on that little island. So this is why we are moving on that part of the world. Looks like the lights there are faulty, and hopefully somebody will come and deal with it. Now this series will be a little bit like a let's play, but with a bit of a theme. So hopefully you will enjoy it. As most of you know, I am a Christian, and I've often tried to find different ways to bring different stories out to life that are happening in small ways, because I didn't want this to become a channel where I feel like I'm preaching to you guys, but at the same time to bring to light certain aspects of a Christian life and certain decisions that we will have to make. And part of that decision, or one of those decisions, is the reason why we have sold and we're moving. Now obviously this will be revealed more and more as we go along, together with I'm going to try and capture struggles that a Christian may face in today's world, with a decision that they may have to make now and into the future. So, I hope you still enjoy the game, and I hope you enjoy the somewhat let's play. I'm going to do my best to try and keep it as much a let's play as I possibly can, with a theme, like I said. Alright, so we'll finish up in America and we'll move on to our new farming location. So I'll see you there. Well, welcome to our new life. This is Port Limbo. I will give you more details about this part of the world as we go along. But for now, let's go in and have a look, see if our equipment has arrived, and have a look at the land that we bought. Okay, so we are at our farm. As you can see, we did have some equipment that was left over from the previous owners, but we did buy a lot of equipment, and there is a little bit more that we still have to pay as we pick up the equipment. So we have our trailer. We've just got one more truck to buy, and then we'll be broke. We're not quite sure which truck we're gonna get, but maybe something along these lines. Okay, this is more like a bales type thing. Okay, pictures a bit deceiving. Okay, we're not gonna waste time with that. You know what? This is not too bad. There's our truck. And now we're gonna have to pay $1.8 million, which we owe, but let's go and have a look first. There's our beautiful equipment. Okay, so it's all here. Let's get rid of the map. It's all here. So what I've noticed is that on this part of the world, it is a lot easier to buy and a lot cheaper to buy Massey Ferguson equipment. So everything that we own and everything that we need, this is our newest tractor. We got that at a steal. So let's pay them off since it is here. Okay. What's that noise? Stop making that noise. Okay, so, and nearly forgot about the shipping fees. Okay, and we are here. I don't even know which equipment to do first. Oh, and I'll show you what land we own. So with all the money that we had, which is almost $5 million, we bought the farm up here, the farm in the middle, and the farm over here. Okay, there was a reason why we had to do that, because like I said, when we are in America still, we have to buy all these fields. So all these fields are uncontracted to us. Anything above the mountain, below the mountain, I should say, is ours. We do have an option with this particular land, but we've not really, it's sort of negotiable for now. But anything below this mountain line, it has to be sold to us. That is it within our contract. There was one owner that owned all this before. There is a little town here, but there's hardly anyone that lives in it. And most people that live in it are retired people. So we're not going to have too much of an issue. And like I said, there is going to be a storyline, and we're going to do our best to be a farm, or better probably said, the farming life of a Christian farmer. And the things that he will have to or has to deal with in today's world, with the decisions and all. Actually, I'm going to put the header at the front over here, because I don't need that header yet. Looks like the header could be a little bit big for this combine. We will have to talk to the shop and see if we can. Oh, we're not going to smash into it. So what we're going to do is, I'm pretty sure, shouldn't say that I'm pretty sure until I check it. Yes, our top fields there are ready to go. So we are going to go and start harvesting. Okay, I didn't even realize that we do own these fields as well. So we're going to be extremely busy for a little while to harvest all these fields. That was one of the advantages that the previous owners did want to leave straight away. He has sold the other crops of the fields that I don't as yet own. He has his own machinery that is going to take care of that. So we're not going to bother with the fields that we don't own, and we don't own the crop that we don't own the fields, obviously. So what's going to happen is, as we buy the fields, if there's crop on them, we own the crop, otherwise we don't. let's unfold our combine. You know what I didn't check? Oh, no problems. No problems at all. Okay, well that's interesting. I thought the fields were ready. They're definitely ready. Plant with the ring is off. So why are we not harvesting? Okay, so we were just a little bit too low. That's fine. You know what? I'm not going to do that because we don't need the straw as yet. One thing that is beautiful, that all the fields have the same crop in them. So we don't need to worry about, okay, maybe the header is struggling a little bit, this particular header on this combine. So if that's the case, we may try a smaller header. But we will see. We're not going to make any decisions until we have harvested a few fields and then see what happens. So what's the idea of leaving No Creek Farm and coming to this part of the world? And like I said, I will give you exact more details of the part of the world that we are in a little bit later in this episode or the following episode. Well, the idea is, like I said in the intro, as you'll probably see, Christians around the world are having discussions on what is going on in the world at the moment. With all the decisions that they have to make regarding vaccines, end of the world, and all that sort of stuff. I've decided to sort of do a little bit of a role play, pretending, in some cases real cases, in some cases just pretend cases, of the struggles that a Christian would face in today's world. Now, it's not going to be a place where I'm going to non-stop preach to you guys or anything like that. Just like a real Christian in the real world would not spend his entire life just preaching to people and talking to people about the Bible and about God. But it is going to be a scenario where a farmer would face different decisions, and he would have to struggle with those decisions in some cases to make sense of them from his belief, his personal beliefs, and what other Christians around him are saying. And that's the point. So that's where this is going to come in. The idea is that this farmer, sick of all the pressure that is being put onto him in the bigger cities, in a place where he has very little control, has had the opportunity to purchase a farm in a remote area where he doesn't have to make those decisions. So I suppose in a way he's kind of, struggling with making the decisions that he has to do. He doesn't really want to follow the masses, but at the same time, he's kind of wondering with the different decisions. And that's what the basis of this entire story is going to be. A person that believes in God, struggling to understand what's happening in today's world, and hopefully we will come up with some answers with maybe you want to join in and help me out with some scenarios. All right, we'll farm all this land and we'll come back as we go along. Okay, I don't think it leaves any doubt that the worker is struggling with this particular header. So we are going to get rid of this header. I think it just goes too low and I need to lift it up a little bit. And then there is no more problem. But so I will look into a different header for the combine, because we definitely don't want to be struggling with the combine all the time. We can't, you see, we paid a worker what, $101, and all he did is just drove across the field. And we definitely can't afford to leave this grain behind, as we desperately need the money, because we only have a limited time to fulfill our contract to buy all the fields. He's given us 2 seasons or 2 years, as you would say it. And that's again stipulated within our contract that we have to buy all the arable fields within 2 years. So we got, this obviously doesn't count, this harvest. We got 2 harvests, and then we have to buy every single field on the map by that time. If not, we will have to borrow money, because otherwise other farmers can come in and spoil our little paradise. Now, that's not to say that we can't obviously share. This map is way too big for one farmer. So if we're gonna go with the idea of buying the whole farm, we are definitely going to need more than myself as the worker. Now I do have my family, but at this stage obviously they're not extremely pleased with the idea of living in America, a nice big city, to live in this little town that pretty much leaves just us on the farm. Okay, so I will unload this. I'll have a look, see if I've got a smaller header that won't have so much issues with this combine. I don't want to go for a bigger combine because it kind of, let's have a look what headers I have. They're a little bit, I have a foldable header if I can find it. Where are you? Okay, did I get rid? Oh, there we are. What's this? Okay, 6.6 meters. Okay, left and right. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna buy it and put it on my truck. But while we're at it, let's sell this particular one. So I realized that, okay, this is going to be a little bit of a unrealistic way of handling headers, but as you saw, it is fairly hard to. Okay, I'm hoping that this will fit on my truck. Okay, I need to back up a little bit so I can see what I'm actually. All right, it's not too crazy, huh? Gotta take a photo of that. That is just ridiculous. All right, I'll see you there. Well, what do you know? We did not drop it onto the ground at all. So that in itself, it's a bit of a miracle. Okay, wrong vehicle. Okay, what do you think? Is this going to be a better solution or not? We might have to bring a bulldozer here and flatten this part of the map a little bit more. Wow, this is going to be an interesting way to harvest. Do you think he's going to know that there's a different field there because we own both fields, or is he just going to keep going? I've seen it where he does not recognize it and keep going. I've seen it where it stops. So let's have a look what he's going to do. Nope. Okay, so let's cancel him for a little bit. I definitely don't want him to go up and down this way. I want him to go the proper way. Okay, I'm gonna put on worker simply because I want to make sure, yeah, no problem. This header's not an issue. So that header was just a little bit too big for this combine. I was kind of pushing my luck. So we will let him do his work. When I said let him do his work, I really meant let my wife do her work. She's the one that's helping me out to get all this crop out of the fields. Okay, thank you very much for watching this first episode. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, it is something a little bit different. It is a little bit of a survival series, but the point of this is not to make money, like to act as if we don't have any money and make money. After all, we have just sold a massive farm in America where we do have quite a bit of capital behind us, and we've moved outside America where obviously the American dollar is a lot stronger. So money is not going to be the issue. It's the storyline. We're still going to be doing our usual farming, but it's going to have a bit of a storyline. And the storyline is not going to be a made-up storyline, even though the events may be made up, but the content would actually be real, because it would be a content from the Bible and from a normal Christian person's life in the world that we live today, with all the information that's being thrown at him at the moment, or her for that matter. And that's the point. It is a way to discuss not what's going on with the vaccine or no vaccine and all that sort of stuff. It's actually to discuss things from a biblical perspective. And I do hope you enjoy it, together with enjoying the game. I do hope you enjoyed the content as well, and feel free to leave your comments. It is not a way to discuss theology or anything like that. It's not the purpose for me to sit here and educate you on theology. If you're a Christian, I'm sure you know theology by now. It is just a way to bring things out in the open, and have sort of discussions on things that maybe some people are struggling with. All right, thank you very much for watching. Like always, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share it with your friends. And if you have any comments, feel free to put them down in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a blessed day wherever you are around the world. And I'll see you in our next video. See you later. Bye bye.